This is my first run since the Brighton 10K. So I've taken a little over a week off. It's now Tuesday, so it was a week ago on Sunday that I did the Brighton 10K. Very pleased with the race itself. My aim was to empty the tank and give it everything I did, and if you watched the video and saw me at the end, there was a lot of footage of the ground at the end because I was just holding onto the fence for dear life while I tried my best not to die. So finished officially, I think I got 43.16, so I was literally 13 seconds away from a new PB. I did make the mistake of starting slightly further back, so at the start I had to go through a lot of people or go around a lot of people, which I lost some time on, but I don't think I lost 13 seconds. So on the day with the wind, I wasn't going to get a new PB because I wasn't a strong, I'm not that I was, I'm not a strong enough runner, which is where my strength and conditioning is coming in. So I took a week off altogether, and then I started strength and conditioning yesterday, run today, more strength and conditioning tomorrow, another run Thursday, strength and conditioning Friday. So with no racing events coming up now until end of February, where I've got the half marathon, ideally I'd like to go sub 130, but if I'm hoping to go sub 3 in the marathon, then I need that to be about sub 125. But that's a long way off, and I've got no races till then to sort of gauge myself, and I know I always perform better on race day. However, I do have parkrun, so I know I need to be at around 18 minutes parkrun to be in earshot of a 125 half marathon. So I'm gonna keep working on the speed, and every now and then I'm gonna plug away at a parkrun. I'm probably gonna do an all-out parkrun on Saturday, just to give myself a baseline to see where I am now, and then I'm just gonna sort of take it from there. So today I've just come out to do an easy run. I'm using my Garmin, but I'm not following anything. I don't know how far I'm gonna go, or I'm just running easy. It'll either be in zone 2 or even zone 1, depending on what my heart rate is doing, and I'm just gonna take it from there. Just gonna get my legs turning over, get back into it, and then start formulating some sort of plan on how I'm gonna build my mileage up and prep for the marathon, but also still incorporate all the speed work that I need to go sub 18-ish for a 5K, and then hopefully carry that speed through to the 10K, half marathon, and then marathon. So we shall see. Anyway, I'm almost at the end of the park. I've done all my drills, so I'm just gonna take a nice gentle jog, run down to the beach, listen to the sound of the sea. So it's gonna be at least 6 miles, maybe even 8 to 10. I'm just gonna see how I feel. I've got some electrolyte mix, but I've not got any gels today because I know it's going to be super easy, so I'm not going to be pushing myself, so I'm not going to need it. So, and then over this week I'm going to start formulating what my training schedule is going to look like for the next few months. Obviously it's going to be a bit hit and miss because obviously we've got Christmas in the way, darn it, and then we're going to have the extreme weather, but I've had my flu jab now, so wind, rain or shine, I'm going to be out running if it's on my plan, unless other things come up, which hopefully they won't. So we'll just see how it goes from now, but hopefully later on in the week I'll be able to come up with a better idea of what my plan is going to be. Right then, so this is now, it's been actually well over a week since my last run. So my last run, I think I was aiming to do 10 miles maybe, and then an emergency came up, so I had to cut that short, and I only ended up doing 3 miles. Then that just continued for the rest of the week, so I thought, right, not a problem, I'll just keep doing the strength and conditioning in the gym, and then I will hit the run at the weekend. And then coming up to the weekend, the other half said, you know what, we really need to decorate the living room, dining room. So I then spent the Saturday and the Sunday sanding the skirting boards, the radiators, the window frames, then painting the ceiling, the walls, and the skirting boards and window frames. And that took a whole weekend. So that was out the window, and then it's just been mega busy this week as well. So I've now it's now what, Thursday? So I'm hoping I'm gonna run today. No, today's Friday. I've lost track of days. So I'm running today. I'm gonna try and do 10 miles again, like before, just running at an easy pace, not really focusing on anything in particular. If it hits zone 2 or zone 1, whatever it is will be, just want to get some miles in my legs, get my feet back. Then I'll hit a long run on Sunday, so I'll probably do about 12 to 14, see how I feel, and then start structuring some training and getting my miles up, because previously my longest run in a marathon training block has been 21 miles. This year, or this training block, I actually want to hit a couple of 28 miles, maybe even a 30 mile. Just want to try something a little different, see if that helps me, as well as continuing to do my speed work, and just taking it from there. How I'm going to work that in yet, I'm not too sure. I'm still working on the finer details, but that's the aim. So going to run at least 3 to 4 times a week. Long run, easy run, obviously. One tempo threshold and maybe a recovery interval, not sure yet, still working it out, but that's what I'm aiming for, because I know I need to work on the speed, but I also know I need to work on the endurance as well. So I'm just going to continue building the base and just take it from there and see what happens. But yeah, I've done my drills. I'm about a mile in, so I'm just gonna pop this down, run down to the beach. I'll catch up with you there, that way I can focus on crossing the roads. I've got my light on, it's got a rear light on as well, and I'm wearing a nice fluorescent yellow top, and obviously all the kit's got their little reflective bits on it as well, so I'm well seen because it is well dark. Alright then, so I will catch you up at the beach. So I'm 3.5 miles in. I took my first gel at 3 miles, and I can, even though I've been doing the strength and conditioning, I can really feel how the lack of consistency in my running is affecting me. I mean, I'm only 3.5 miles in and it doesn't feel easy. I know it'll come back quickly, but I do regret not doing the consistency. However, I will be running consistently now, so that's a problem easily fixed, and I'm going to continue with the strength and conditioning. So hopefully a couple of weeks I should be back to normal, and then I can work on increasing my paces and speed and endurance, and hopefully these easy runs will feel like they should do. Easy, because at the moment it's feeling like it's a bit of an effort, which I'm not too happy about, but it is what it is. Like most of us, life happens, especially this time of year. Things have to take priority, you know. I'm not an elite athlete where this is the be-all and end-all. This is an interesting hobby for me, and it's literally my life as an everyday runner, trying to better myself. Ultimately, the goal this training block is to get a sub-3 marathon, which, to be on track, I need to get a 5k at about 18 minutes, a half marathon at about 1:25. If I can hit those targets, then I know I'm on course. It's starting to drizzle slightly, which it wasn't supposed to. But yeah, hopefully now I can be consistent, even over Christmas. And we shall see how quickly my running status gets back, and then how quickly I can improve it from there. Oh, it's beginning to rain a lot heavier now, so I'm gonna get going. See you later. So, not quite halfway yet. I'm doing some hill sprint repeats to get to the halfway mark before I head back. Felt like a good idea at the time. I'm not sure how bad or how good you can see how bad the weather is, because I can barely see anything through my glasses because there's just so much rain on it. And when I'm running up the hill, I'm also running against the wind. So I think I've probably got about another 2 in me, and then I'll head back, and then that should give me 10 miles for the night. I'm not sure how many I've done, but this is the last one, and then I can head back, and it's absolutely chucking down. I'm sure when I checked the weather it wasn't supposed to rain this evening, but you know, it is what it is. And if you're doing a spring marathon, this is pretty much the weather you're going to be training in most of it, if not worse. So I've got to get used to it and hopefully build up my immune system. But every training block is a lesson learned. I risked not getting sick by cancelling my runs when the weather was bad, and because of and that then impacted on my consistency of running, which there wasn't any leading up to the races themselves, and that affected my results. So I would have been just as well off running, risk not getting sick, and probably perform better. So, but I've learnt, and I'm going to take that knowledge into this training block. So when the weather's like this, I'm going to be out, but I may pack my waterproof next time, because just on the off chance I might need it. Back in Preston Park. So far I've done 9.4 miles, and rookie error, I misjudged the calculation on the return point, so I'm probably going to end up doing 10.5 miles. But you live and learn. I think this is probably about my limit on what I can do on a long run until my fitness starts coming back to me. So chances are on Sunday it'll be another 10 miler. Again, just taking it easy while things get back to normal, and then once I'm in a comfortable place fitness wise and my endurance is back there, then I'm going to start ramping things up. But I'm definitely going to start looking at the consistency, because that's where I can make my biggest improvement at the moment, because that was also my biggest failing. So I'm going to crack on with the last mile of this run, which will give me about 10.5 for the day, and then I shall hopefully be back with a full week of running, almost a full week of running next week. I would like to do parkrun next week on Saturday, just to use that as a base point to where my 5k time is. Like I said, I've got to get to 18 minutes on that, and currently I'm at 20:35, so it's a huge chunk of change to try and take off. So at where I am now, I'm not a sub-3 marathoner, but I know if I keep it up I'll definitely get a new PB, and the closer to that 3-hour mark the better. What I'm not going to do is look for a fast flat marathon to do a sub-3 on. I'm going to do it at Brighton. It's where I started my marathon journey, and it's where I'm going to hit that target. Once I can do it at Brighton, then I know I can do an even better time somewhere else. And if I can get a sub-3, then that gives me a good age at London, and pretty much guaranteed entry, because for my age group I have to do 3:15, 3:14. So if I can get a sub-3, then I should be in with a good shot of getting in there. So we'll see. It's also loads of possibilities, and also doing the London would give me an opportunity to get, or to contend for, an England vest in the marathon, but I'm way off that at the moment. I may have to wait for the next age group, but we'll see. Anyway, sorry it's been so long, but back to the regular uploading now. So I'll upload this video and the short one I did last week, and then from next week it'll be back to proper training. Right, so I am going to continue with the strength and conditioning, and I will be back next week with another video. Thanks for watching.